Swadika and good morning and welcome to the morning edition of NBT World Brief with me, THAILAND'S. Let's start today with the latest updates on the ongoing flood situation. Prime Minister Anutin Chanvirakul has ordered immediate relief for households hit by nationwide flooding. He also directed ministries to integrate mid- and long-term recovery plans to ensure no community is left behind. The government is moving quickly to support families affected by widespread floods, landslides, and storm damage. Chairing the first meeting of the National Disaster Management Committee, Prime Minister Anutin directed the Department of Disaster Prevention and Mitigation to coordinate with the Agriculture, Transport, and Defense ministries to survey damage and speed up compensation to every group of victims. Under cabinet-approved guidelines, affected households will receive 9,000 baht each, covering both short-term inundations and longer periods of flooding. Officials are also drafting criteria for special cases, such as families whose homes were submerged for more than 30 days or who voluntarily gave up farmland to act as retention areas so they can receive additional assistance.
หลักเดียวกับปีที่แล้วเพราะว่าทุกคนเกิน7 วันหมดนะครับก็จะเยียวยาเป็นรายครัวเรือนรายครัวเรือนละ 9,000 บาทนะครับซึ่งจะดำเนินการโดยทันทีนะครับก็ได้ให้ทางกระทรวงมหาดไทยโดยกรมป้องกันบรรเทาสาธารณภัยเนี่ยไปเร่งดำเนินการ
The Prime Minister said each province must monitor conditions day by day while preparing medium and long-term rehabilitation plans, including infrastructure repair and better water management. He ordered the National Water Resources Office and the Royal Irrigation Department to optimize dam discharges, sluice gate operations, and flood-pushing measures to reduce future risks. The Prime Minister also expanded the committee to include the Transport and Public Health Ministers and establish an operations team chaired by the Deputy Prime Minister and Agriculture Minister to ensure all agencies with manpower and equipment work together. He stressed that local governments should approve emergency budgets promptly but transparently and that state media must keep citizens informed about the relief criteria. Authorities are fast-tracking aid for thousands of households affected by floods across Thailand. Disaster response teams are deploying machinery, shelters, and emergency funds to support impacted communities. The Department of Disaster Prevention and Mitigation reports that over 2,700 villages in 17 provinces are affected, impacting more than 109,000 households and 369,000 people. 19 fatalities have been reported. Relief operations include evacuations, water drainage, debris removal, and temporary shelters. Over 790 disaster response units are on the ground, including water pumps, flat-bottom boats, hydraulic excavators, bailey bridges, and mobile kitchens. Emergency funds have been allocated to 9 provinces, including Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai, Ayutthaya, and Phayao, with more than 204 million baht already spent on aid, agricultural support, and operational needs. Meanwhile, tropical storm Matmo over northern Vietnam is not expected to enter Thailand, but will strengthen the southwest monsoon. Heavy rain is forecast today and tomorrow in the north, northeast, and eastern provinces, with risks of flash floods and landslides and overflowing waterways. Thailand's inflation fell again in September, marking 6 consecutive months of decline. Officials say falling energy and fresh food prices are driving the slowdown, but the country is not yet in deflation. The Office of Trade Policy and Strategy reports Thailand's consumer price index at 100.11 in September 2025, down 0.72% from a year earlier. This marks the 6th straight month of negative headline inflation driven by lower electricity and fuel prices and cheaper fresh food. Prices of non-food items fell 0.99%, while food and non-alcoholic beverages dropped 0.24%. Of the 464 goods and services used to calculate inflation, 224 saw price increases such as mackerel, processed coconut milk, coffee, and rent. 52 were unchanged, while 188 fell, including sticky rice, eggs, limes, chilies, electricity bills, and petrol. Average inflation for the first 9 months eased to 0.01%. The Commerce Ministry has lowered its 2025 forecast to around 0% from 0.5%, citing weaker than expected inflation, slow economic growth, lower oil prices, and government cost of living measures. Officials stress Thailand is not in deflation. Core inflation, excluding fresh food and energy, stayed positive at 0.65% in September, reflecting steady domestic demand and employment. Surat Thani hosted the vibrant CHAK and robe-offering traditions marking the start of the annual Buddhist festival. The celebrations combined religious devotion with colorful cultural performances. CHAK, meaning pulling the Buddha, is an annual Buddhist festival in southern Thailand and northern Malaysia, during which sacred Buddha statues are paraded through communities. Today, Wat Pradu Municipality joins Central Surat Thani and local residents for a special celebratory dance for the CHAK and robe offering ceremony. The event featured Panom Pra boats paraded from local temples, accompanied by long-drawn processions and dancers in colorful traditional Thai attire. The municipality also hosted blessings and the ceremonial robe offering in the early evening. Now, 3 Pra boats took part, allowing nearby residents to make merit ahead of tomorrow's main CHAK parade on October 7th. Officials said the festival promotes spiritual devotion, preserves cultural heritage, and strengthens community bonds, marking a festive start to the end of Buddhist Lent celebrations. Residents of Bang Pli district in Samut PRAKAN continue to keep a unique lotus offering tradition alive, the only one of its kind in Thailand. The annual event highlights local cultural heritage and the community's deep connection to its waterways. The lotus offering tradition dates back centuries and was recognized as part of Thailand's cultural heritage in 2012. Each year, on the 14th day of the waxing moon in the 11th lunar month, which falls on October 6th this year, a replica of Luang Pho To Buddha is paraded along the Samrong Canal. Residents and visitors toss lotus flowers onto the boat, carrying the statue, believing that successful offerings will make their wishes come true. Now, historically, the ritual also served as a way for young men and women to find potential partners. Over time, modern transport and lifestyle changes reduced the practice, but local authorities and public and private organizations have worked to preserve it. Luang Pho To of Wat Bang Pli Yai Nai, a Sukhothai-style Buddha, is central to the ceremony. Legend says the statue floated down waterways from the north and was enshrined in the temple, becoming a revered object of worship for residents of Samut PRAKAN and neighboring communities. Officials say the ritual not only honors cultural heritage, but also strengthens local identity, passing on a unique tradition to future generations. And that wraps up our midday news report. Stay updated with the latest developments right here on NBT and NBT World. And for more stories, simply scan the QR code on your screen to access our full coverage across all media platforms. Until next time, I'm PHRA ธีระ เกาสัน สวัสดีค่ะ